Hey everyone, Brian from Three Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
Guys, I tried to boil a clown once.
Boil a clown.
Oh, it was a laughing stock.
Oh, yummy.
That's not bad.
That's good.
I don't like them. They taste funny.
Oh, piggybacking, but up.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've learned, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
But piggybacking is what this show is all about.
That's right.
Right?
That's
It
it.
is.
That's right. Can't give me a piggyback.
Way to go, Meyer.
Can't feel my arm. It's pure snow. Woo! WNBC.
Hey,
Pig vomit. Hey, that
Wow.
works too.
There you go.
Good
Look
job,
at that.
Tito.
You piggybacked off that.
That's what we do here.
Thank you,
That's keeping in line with the show.
Welcome to Three Geeky Pigs. And Tito. I don't have the heart to call Tito a pig. Not yet.
That's all right. I have my moment.
Oh, yeah, I can do this thing here. Hello and welcome to Three Geeky Dads, the show that is more human than human and less human than a good human. Good luck with that one. I am Mark, and with me, as always, are the living and dead to my girl,
Derek?
And Brian.
and also joining us, as always, to say F you to math and the accuracy of our show title, the dude voiced sexiest man of the year by the blind Tito.
Whee!
Whoa!
They locate him by sense of smell, apparently.
Suey. How's everybody doing?
Great.
How's everybody's week?
Just ducky.
Nice.
Pretty good.
Anybody else come into contact with hillbillies?
Not I.
How about
I'm
them?
sitting funny.
How about them Patriots? They tried.
I know.
Hey, they came
tried.
close,
Oh my
man.
God,
They
we
got
sure
into
played some
overtime.
football.
Yeah.
We were so close.
How are you guys making out?
I won.
Like this.
I won this
You
week.
won. Okay,
Yeah.
good.
With tongue.
We won. Derek got a win.
Yeah.
Derek got a win.
It's
Ooh,
early.
nice.
We're 500. Derek's 500. It's only 2 games in. We're good. Derek's
Right.
team's getting better.
Shot down a
every day.
trade projection. I mean,
It
a
was
trade,
trash.
what do you call it?
Proposal?
Proposal, that's the
Yeah,
one.
no good. We didn't
Yes, I was
it.
like, nope.
I was like, they're
Sorry.
trying to take advantage of my boy Derek.
He was all upset too.
Nope.
He's like the Mickey to your Rocky.
That's true. I was like, reject that. We'll get back to this guy later.
Shut that Rocky.
Tito. Just give me something to drink.
Oh my eye, Tito.
Occasionally, I like to place a bet on sports.
Did you this week?
I placed a bet a 4-leg thing, which meant that all 4 of the things had to happen.
Oh.
And the last one that needed to happen was the Patriots to win.
Oh.
And they almost won. And it
If
was
not for
such
a
a
block
heart,
punt.
such
I
a
know, right?
they blocked the fucking kick.
If
They
not
win
for
that
a
game.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Not for Sarah Jessica Parker. I thought of you when that happened. When the announcer said that, I'm like, oh, that's a thing from our show.
She would do something like that.
Yeah, she would.
And that concludes our
sports talk. Our sports session.
Sports Minute.
Of the
Sports
sports
Minute with the dad.
Sports Minute with Mark
They wear cups.
They lost.
on their heads.
Footballs have funny shapes.
Football play good.
How'd they get that shape?
What are the laces for?
What's up with the helmets? The helmets used to be different. Now they got the little dorsal fin in the back.
It's to pretend.
The dorsal fin?
It's to make people think that it stops you from.
Does he have a dorsal
severe
fin? Does he
brain
call you at home with the phone?
That's why they.
Yeah,
I don't
it
like
makes
them.
people think that they don't get brain
They
injuries.
look like the
Right.
Rocketeers,
but
man.
they still do.
It doesn't really help. I feel like it's going the wrong way. Like something.
It's supposed to like
You're
dent
going
in
the wrong way.
some give. A little give and take.
Whatever. I like football, but I don't know anything about it. But I did know that the block punt was
It was a
a
bummer.
turning point. Yeah, I
for
was
sure.
smart enough to know that.
Yeah.
But I watched it with Vinny, and Vinny and I had we were watching the game, and we were into the game. So
Vinny
both
being
of
your
you-
father, Vinny?
Vinny
Yeah.
being my father.
Was
Vinny
he?
Mac.
Did he erupt?
No, it was good. No. Nope, we were really good. We were making fun of the commercials, and I was, we were trying to figure out the commercials. I'm at that age now where I'm like my dad. I don't understand
You don't get.
Oh, boy.
Yeah,
the commercials.
And
So-
there's probably a lot more commercials that are geared towards you now.
yeah,
Yep.
right.
Yeah, stuff for knees.
You got like the restless leg
Hymns.com.
syndrome.
I
said,
can remember that.
Dad, should I do hymns? That's a gimmick. It's easy for you to say. You're 74. You got like Beethoven here.
Yeah.
Of all the freaking things you could have passed down to me, no.
Nope, not that.
He does have Beethoven here.
That's hilarious.
This part of the show.
Your dad does have a good head of hair.
He does
though.
have a great head of hair. The Italian stallion, Vinny Macrina. Shout out to Vinny. This is his section of the show. There it is.
And that concludes the Vinny section.
Vinny
of our show.
Macrina, sponsor of unofficial sponsor of Three Geeky Dads. He probably won't even be listening to this, but my mom will. She'll say, Vinny, they're talking about you. You should listen. You should listen to what your son's doing. And he'll say, what? Which one? Yeah.
And that concludes the Jerry section
And
of our show.
that's the family therapy
There you go.
section of the show. Tonight, though, the dads are pitting the two things that arguably scare youngsters the most.
Youngsters.
Youngsters. Let's try that again.
What is a ute?
Young starts.
Youngsters.
Upstarts.
Upstarts. The upstarts.
Rob Zombie presents the Youngsters.
Starring Sherry Moon Zombie. All right, let's try that again. Tonight, the dads are pitting the two things that arguably scare youngsters the most, other than Michael Jackson and R. Kelly. Vegetables and clowns. That's right, it's been a while since we had two movies step into the geek ring and duke it out. So what better time to treat you all to our always fun Versus episodes with Attack of the Killer Tomatoes versus Killer Klowns from Outer Space and the Ultimate Invasion Showdown. And nothing goes better with a show than a snack or two, so let our own invader of ice cream and imitation crab, I know there aren't a lot of foods that start with I that aren't ice, Brian, as he prepares us with a yummy appetizer to start things off. Brian.
Why do you eat people?
Not people. Brains.
Brains only.
Yes.
Why?
The pain.
What about the pain?
The pain of being dead.
Thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, Brian.
Tonight, as Mark mentioned, we're going to be talking about two cult horror comedies, Killer Klowns from Outer Space and Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Both of these movies deal with invading forces bent on taking over the Earth, and that got us thinking about what would we do if given the opportunity to make our own alien or creature invasion movie. What would we make? What would we have invade Earth in our own movie?
This was a good one. This was a Derek one, spun from
Yeah.
Derek's idea.
Yeah.
Very cool. I cannot wait to hear these.
I got a doozy. The title, we're working on some things.
Okay.
I read it to my wife. She didn't laugh. I thought, fucking you idiot. What don't you understand? But then I thought maybe it's just not as funny as I thought it was.
By the way, happy birthday, Mary. No, it's not.
The guys will find it funny.
I hope so. Mine is we have an alien located in the Roswell Alien Detention Center, finds a way to escape, and he activates a call to arms to all the sleeper cell alien groups in America and Canada, causing chaos and destruction throughout both countries. People try to seek refuge in Mexico, but Trump's wall makes it impossible to cross the border.
Timely.
Yeah, right. Topical. And the places they can cross are guarded by the Mexican Army, who politely decline their attempts at crossing over.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 working titles. The first one I call Reverse Racism. Is the title. Yeah, Mary didn't laugh. And then I sent this to Mike Freeman, and he was like, oh, that's cool. And this is, I think, a very good title also. It's more in line with the alien idea. E.T., Exit Texas.
Oh,
Right? It's good, right?
I like it.
Shout out Mike Freeman.
like
Mike
it.
Freeman.
Shout out Mike Freeman.
Quick with
Or
the
just illegals.
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 That's not a bad one either.
You know, make the red people. Well, not the red people. Sorry, the red states. the people in the red states.
What do you mean, the red people?
So that's mine.
Very nice. Awesome. I like that one. All right, I'll go next, and here's mine. Pod people, Martians, tomatoes, zombies, giant bugs, killer clowns, Neptune men, and even shrews have all set sights invading our home sweet home and humble Earth. But what if they all plan to invade at the same time? MPN, or Mark Please No Productions, brings you Invasion of the Invasions. Sea worlds collide and storylines suffer, shriek in terror at the catastrophic convolutedness, there it is, and multiple plot lines run in terror from the bloated cliches and contrivances. This time, it's all or nothing as men, women, and children scatter in terror from every type of cinematic party crasher outside of Mickey Rourke. Can your heart stand the shocking terror of Invasion of the Invasions? This time, you're going to need a bigger boat because in space, no one can hear you scream at how this time it's personal and frankly, Scarlett, I don't give a damn at how all the calls are coming from inside the house saying, welcome to Earth and yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, so get in the chopper because your life may just depend on it. So Merry Christmas, shitter was full because here's Johnny saying they are coming to get you, Barbara.
Very nice.
There it is.
Wow.
I need a drink after
That was almost Rick and Morty-ish.
Seriously.
that belongs on.
I've been watching them again.
Cable.
I think it's two brothers in a bed.
Speaking of invading, it's creeped its way into Mark's brain.
It has.
Nice. I like that.
Thank you. What
All
you
right.
got, boss?
So let me describe the teaser trailer.
Okay.
Right? It's a beautiful day. Tweets of possibly, birds. Right. Well, nature sounds.
Possibly.
Nature,
Right.
nature sounds. Well,
Could be nature sounds.
it'll make more sense in a second.
Could be high-pitched midgets.
It'll make more second. Then a shadow looms. Ooh. And up in the sky, a spaceship hovers and lowers. Screams are heard in the distance, and it lands, and the door opens. Smoke billows out, and through the smoke walks humans. We're on an alien planet, and humans are invading.
You Rod Serling the shit.
Very Twilight Zone. That's what I was gonna
You
say.
like that?
I love
Nice.
this.
Well, where that came from.
Hey.
Derek Raynard Productions presents.
Please, Derek, give us more productions.
They all have pig noses.
Buenos dias.
Yes.
That's right.
And MAGA hats.
All the aliens are fighting to get into the one bomb shelter to escape from the humans.
I hear MAGA actually stands for Make Aliens Green Again.
The monsters are due on Maple Street.
That's a good one.
I like that, dude.
Nice.
Very good. And it
nice.
makes you think.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
Good sound effects, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
See
do
that?
what we
It's
can.
like theater of the mind. That's what 3GD is all about.
That's right. We enhance minds and shrink groins.
We enhance minds and corrupt others.
Oh, there we go.
The opposite of hymns.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hymns, hers. Hey, Brian.
Hey,
what
Mark.
do you got,
Brian?
boss?
So I've got, like Derek, picture it, a comet goes by Earth very close,
Just misses.
just misses the tail of the comet. Maybe the Earth passes through the portion of the tail of the comet.
Oh, boy.
Strange things are illuminated. Could be the aurora borealis. Maybe
Beautiful.
not. Everybody's action figures come to life and invade Earth
Oh, my God.
from the inside out. They have to fight their way through the mint in box packaging.
That's the true crime of all of them.
That is the worst of all. They're worth nothing.
so much.
Oh, not anymore.
My limited edition Alex Ross Superman. No.
I bent my Wookiee. So it's invasion of the action figures.
Nice.
Nice, very cool.
Yes,
Excellent.
That's what I've got.
And they're worth
man.
nothing.
I know it's kind of a ripoff of
Your
Small
life
Soldiers,
will
but
be worth nothing. That's the
that's it.
tagline.
That's it. Your collectibles are worth nothing.
Yeah.
There goes your
Do
retirement.
they pack it? Do they?
That's the tagline, right? There goes your
There goes
retirement.
retirement.
There goes your kids' college funds. Dude,
Nice.
awesome appetizers,
Yes,
guys.
very good.
Every one of them.
Just more proof we
clever.
should be making movies.
We
That's
should.
right.
We should. All right.
All
shall we
right,
get to the
with
main
that.
course?
Yeah, with that. We were all waiting for somebody to
Yeah,
hey,
nothing
by the
else
way,
funny to add
Oh, wait,
to
the
that.
phone did not ring. Okay, on with the show.
somebody was going to kick open that door.
Hold on, guys. It's Hollywood calling.
Yeah. I want to sign you boys right now. You guys are hot, hot, hot.
Gold, Jerry, gold.
How high are those pants, sir? It doesn't matter. They can always be higher. Police Academy 8 coming. All right.
right.
Now we can. Now we ended it with
Let's
some
do
clever
it.
banter. Shall we get to the main course?
Main
Event. The main event.
Main course.
I know, but it's a verse.
Oh, it is an event. Shh, good.
I forgot to do a little
Oh, you're
Good
right.
call.
I didn't
got
do a
one,
rumble
but-
thing.
Okay, all
I
right.
got it.
Good.
All right.
Let's get ready to reminisce about these two movies we watched 2 weeks ago.
Wednesday, or whatever day you're listening to this show, it's time for another Versus episode, and only in the 3GD ring will you get to witness the ultimate showdown for world domination. It's tomatoes versus clowns, health versus Harlequin, juice versus jester, as we watch two classic cult invasion movies splat, spit, splut, and zap the sauce and confetti out of each other for a championship title. In one corner, we have the gashes of the garden, the vengeance of the vine, the sultan of satanic sauce and slaughter, the tomato with a taste for human flesh and global takeover. Please welcome Attack of the Killer Tomatoes! And in the other corner, the circus has come to town and it is packing killer cotton candy, sadistic shadow puppets, murderous marionettes, and slaughterhouse slapstick. This big top butchery features hellish harlequins from light years away who have come to Earth to harvest humans for their blood. Smokey Robinson ain't shedding no tears for these clowns. Please welcome Killer Klowns from outer space! Ready to laugh, cry, and scream as the dads moderate this epic event of eradication and evisceration. Talking about what we liked, what we didn't like. In other words, in true geek fashion, let's get ready to grumble!
Very nice.
Yeah, so before we get to the categories, very quickly, thoughts on both of them. Whether you've seen these movies before, whether you haven't.
Yeah, Killer Tomatoes. This was the first time I'd ever seen it. I remember the cartoon when we were kids. We were talking about that last week while we watched it, and it was always a fun show. I think I was a little bit too young when this came out, so it just kind of, I just never saw it.
1979?
Yeah.
78, 79?
Yeah. Not yet a glimmer in my father's eye.
Really?
Yeah.
What year were you born?
82.
My God, I'm
Yeah.
old.
Yeah, you are.
You do this to yourself all the
Listen,
time.
I didn't
Dude, I
want
forget
to
how
go
young
there,
he
Brian.
is.
I didn't want to go there.
I'm almost as young. I'm
No,
only a
but
year,
he's younger
you're
than you
older.
are.
Yeah.
By a
And,
year.
and you were the baby
I
until
was
Tito
the
jumped
baby,
on
yes.
board. I'm
You
like,
were
oh
the
my
baby.
God.
That tends to happen to me. I'm always the baby of the group, and then someone else comes along, steals
Sorry,
my
bro.
thunder.
I can't help it. My parents waited a year. Yours couldn't
Wow.
wait. Mine could for at least a year. They're like, we need a baby right now. We're gonna name him Derek. Killer Klowns from Outer Space I saw when I was really, really young. I think I caught it on TV one day. It's absurd. It scared me a lot when I was a kid. Now it's just very like hokey and silly and fun. But yeah, those are my experiences with them. Killer Klowns was always a really fun movie that I put on.
All right, cool. I like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I've seen it a couple of times, but I have always loved Killer Klowns from Outer Space for the exact same reason. It is just a lot of fun, and the clown makeup is incredible. I really like the music in it, and we'll get to all of that, but these are both really cool to check out. So that's mine. Derek.
Cool. I had not seen either. Like Tito, remember the cartoon for the Killer Tomatoes, and so I kind of like remembered that fondly, and so I was excited to see that movie, which I enjoyed. I thought it was, I actually enjoyed it a lot more than I thought it was gonna, and it kind of trails off towards the end or middle really, but loses its kind of momentum because it starts off so strong.
It does.
But Killer Klowns, I probably would have been terrified as a kid. Looking back at it, I would have thought that was scary as hell. The way that they kill, the look of the clowns. Now, I think seeing it as an adult and not, I know you like the makeup,
Not a problem.
but I feel like it was too much like just rubber mask. It wasn't enough like puppetry or whatever with the faces. It was too stiff. So
It was very 80s.
yeah,
It's very
yeah,
80s.
and it's a sign of the times and the
Yeah.
budget, and I totally get it. And I understand it. So I mean, yeah, I'll give it a pass for
It
that.
just hits you different as a 43.
yeah.
Oh, absolutely it would.
Right.
Yeah. You
And-
see this thing when you're young.
And while it was entertaining, I didn't really find it scary or real that like too funny. Like there was definitely funny parts, but like I was just kind of like, oh, all right, cool movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm kind of indifferent.
Indifferent. Brian.
So I was aware of both of these movies. I, like you, Derek, had never seen either of them until we had watched them last week and the week before.
That doesn't happen often.
Virgin.
No.
It doesn't. You
Killer
we're the
Klowns.
old- We're the old
Version?
guys. You're both versions.
Yeah,
he a virgin?
yeah. Is he a virgin? So Killer Klowns I was aware of because back in the late 80s I had fucked up my hand in an accident at work. And I was out of work for a little bit. And I remember this being on TV as one of the first pay-per-view movies.
Oh,
And it was advertised constantly. I'm sitting at home and I'm going through cable, and it was always Killer Klowns this, Killer Klowns that. Check out Killer Klowns. I never did because I'm honestly not a huge fan of clowns to begin with, and I always passed it by, probably for that reason.
yeah.
Although having watched it, I did like it. I did like it. I didn't love it. They were still clowns, but I was entertained. I did like for a low budget movie. I did like the look of the clowns. I thought that was very well done. Although yes, it was very 80s. It was very rubber masky. Still, it was much better than I thought it was going to be. And to say that I had skipped this movie for 40 years almost, says something. Huh?
Little regret?
No.
No?
I'm glad I had seen it.
Yeah.
But if I hadn't, I
Right.
still wouldn't be like, oh, I wish I had seen that movie.
Yeah.
On my deathbed, I'm not going to be like, why didn't I watch Killer Clowns?
It'd be like the Eiffel
not
Tower, Killer Klowns.
Exactly.
Mahal,
Exactly. We'll always have Killer Clowns.
I like how Killer Klowns came before Taj Mahal.
Oh, yeah,
That's
for
Right.
sure, for
exactly. You got to have priorities, Mark.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
right.
True.
Absolutely, of course.
In Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, I was always aware of too. That's always been in the cultural zeitgeist. I mean, everybody knows Attack of the Killer, the theme, Attack of the Killer. It's
Right.
through osmosis.
Wicked.
You see clips of it here and there. I had never seen the movie all the way through. Always aware of it. And then when we watched it the other night or last week, I loved the first half.
Yeah.
The first third of it, I should say.
Yeah.
The first third of the movie, I thought it was very like Zucker Brothers. It was just so out there.
Right.
The humor was like, it was just
Which was
hitting.
unexpected. I didn't realize it was going to be like that.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And I was like, this is fantastic. But then I think they forgot or they couldn't just keep up that level for the rest of the movie. And it kind of fizzled out for me. And nothing really happened towards the end. For that first third of the movie, though, I was like all in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then it kind of lost me. And I was... Half a movie is... I don't know if I can recommend half a movie.
Okay.
So, Killer Klowns, yes. Attack of the Killer Tomatoes... I'll give it a maybe.
Now, have either of you seen any of the other installment, like The Return with George Clooney?
No.
Yep.
No.
Return
Again, aware of it, but never
Yeah.
saw it.
Yep.
Okay.
And I've seen the cartoon. The cartoon's fantastic.
Yeah, I didn't even know there was a cartoon about
Yeah,
it
there were
until you
video
guys
games
mentioned it
based
last
on the
week.
cartoon. Too.
Yeah.
It was, I
Never knew.
Dr. Gangrene or Professor Gangrene.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
Gomez, John
Astin.
Astin. Yeah,
Yep.
right.
Sean Astin's dad.
Yep. Buddy. From
Rudy.
Nightcourt. All right.
Sean Astin's dad.
I think it's
Yeah, John Astin is Sean Astin.
I think it's a stepdad though. I
Well,
think
he's still Patty
yeah.
Duke and Sean Astin.
Right.
Yeah,
They got married
that's-
and he had adopted
But
them.
still, he raised them.
And he kept, and
Yeah.
obviously he was a good dad because
Yeah.
he kept the name.
Wow,
Exactly.
Gomez got Patty Duke?
Yeah.
That's good for him.
No, right?
Yeah.
Good for him.
It was Patty
Kicking
Duke, right?
outside his coverage. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well,
All right.
let's hope
yeah,
so.
Because I
if
was
not, we're starting slander
Yeah.
on people who.
all the 5 people that listen are like,
It was actually Mrs. Garrett.
Oh, girls.
The Mackenzie also, right?
Mackenzie,
the
yeah.
brother, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Shit, son.
All right. Was that all of us? Okay,
That's
shall
all
we
of us.
get to
Yeah.
the categories? All right, let's get
Let's
this
do it.
fight going. All right,
Ding,
so
ding.
we got a couple of categories. Let's go through them. Better creature idea.
So I'm
I
going
should
Killer
be-
Tomato. I got a little
write
thing. I'm
this
gonna keep
down.
tabs. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on my phone.
All right, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
All right, good.
Who wins what and when and why and where. I'm going Killer Tomatoes, and I'm going Killer Tomatoes because clowns have been done for a very long time. This is a pretty original idea, as hokey as it is. I gotta go Killer Tomatoes.
Good. I actually
Cool.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I like the idea. I don't think it was executed that great, and I wish they had done more with them. But when coming up with a more catching title, and like you said, Tito, clowns have been done before. Killer Tomatoes is very catchy.
Yeah,
So
it really is.
you know, the idea I think goes to tomatoes.
I agree. Clowns are terrifying to a lot of people already, so the idea that creepy alien clowns invading and killing at random or it will definitely works better on more levels than tomatoes. But I think while the designs are cool, the execution came out more comical than scary, so it kind of takes away from the idea of it being a horror comedy. And I think it's it was more original. I can see a clown killing someone in general in real life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I
John
can't-
Wayne Gacy
it-
in
right.
real
happened.
life.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Tuesday.
I can't see
Tuesday.
Tuesday. You can see it. Yeah, on your television.
I can't see tomatoes.
No.
And now I'm wary.
Watch out.
when I go into the supermarket now. I'm a little wary when I go over to the.
Oh, they're watching you.
They'll get you.
Yeah. Wait till we show you the stuff. You'll be afraid of yogurt
Oh,
now.
that's a fun one. Yeah, that's
Fine, ripened bastards.
Let's find raping bits.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
All right, yeah,
Brian.
I'm going with Killer Tomatoes too, because for the same reason. Clowns have been done, like I said, in real life with John Wayne Gacy, all the way through American Horror Story. We've seen killer clowns done to death.
It.
It,
Yeah, the
exactly.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, exactly. They're everywhere.
Right.
But Killer Tomatoes, totally original, and it paved the way for
Killer
Rubber,
refrigerators and-
Attack of the Killer Donuts. It paved the way
yeah,
for
yeah,
all of
yeah.
these inanimate objects that you wouldn't think
Right.
people would make movies about them being killer objects that now are.
Our buddies
Deathbed.
Attack of the Killer
Refrigerator.
Yeah.
Exactly, the
yeah.
Killer Refrigerator, Attack of the
Weirbeard.
Weirbeard. Yeah, so I'm giving it to Tomatoes because it was, for 1979, nobody had done that before.
Yeah, agreed.
Nice.
All right, all the ground,
Swept.
all around, all the ground.
All the ground.
Next, better leading lady. This is easy because I know.
I'm going Suzanne Snyder. She's very
Yeah.
cute. I loved
Yeah.
her in like in the movie where they make the woman out of thin air.
Weird
Science.
Science.
Yeah.
Yep.
Super cute. I think she's great. The woman in this in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. I don't know what the fuck's going on with her. I'm not even gonna.
I don't think she does either.
I don't
You
either.
know, she's lived a hard enough life. I'm not even gonna go on get in on her like that. But yeah, I'm going with Suzanne Snyder.
Same Killer Clown, Suzanne Snyder, for obvious reasons, all the
Yeah.
reasons you said.
She was more memorable.
Yeah.
She really was.
Yeah. And she
Suzanne-
had more to do. Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I'm done.
All
I
right.
was gonna
No,
go.
I was going to say Suzanne's not, because I think we're all in agreement here, obviously. Because she's not only more attractive than the Willem Dafoe doppelganger Sharon Taylor, but
She
she really did.
Yeah.
But just like Agent, what was it? Agent Boondock Saints. I want to say Schmegma. but
Oh,
it's not
Schmecker.
Schmecker. There we go.
Yeah, it was
yes.
Willem Dafoe in drag.
What's the symbology of that?
But she also does a lot more in general. Like
Yeah.
she's a more active participant in the movie, whereas
Yeah.
Sharon Taylor did like nothing. She was kind of in there for a little while. Like there was the whole idea of her doing a report, but then she like gets tossed by the wayside, probably for the better. But
Dude, I didn't even Google her name. I was like,
Yeah.
she's definitely not the winner. I'm
oh,
like,
I had
know
to.
who she
I had
is.
to.
the Superman.
I had to because she looked like
Good for you.
she looked like Willem Dafoe had sex with that gym teacher from not Another Teen Movie.
Oh yeah.
All the ones
Miss
with
Man?
testicles that fall out?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Not feeling so fresh.
It looks like somebody took Kathy Ireland and stretched her eyes. You know, they kind
can
of
see that
stretched
too.
her face
Oh
out.
boy.
Love Kathy Ireland.
Oh,
too.
poor Sharon Taylor.
Yeah.
Sorry, Sharon.
She
That's
What
why I
was I
didn't say
gonna say,
anything. I
though?
knew you guys would
Hey.
handle that for me.
I feel like though if they had played the Lois and Superman gag throughout
totally.
the whole movie, I think she would have been more memorable
Oh,
and
yeah.
had
Right.
more to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Right. If they had made her like a full-blown spoof of Lois.
Margot Kidder.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. But that's the thing is like I think around the time where they forgot about her, that was when when they kind of stopped trying with the comedy.
Right.
They weren't. Really
Yeah.
They had you know the steam had run out of the engine.
Seriously.
By then.
Yeah. They forgot about the tomatoes for a while too.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Yep.
All those musical numbers.
Yeah.
Wow, those are.
Brian.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm
Yeah.
going with the Killer Clowns. What's their name? Snyder?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird,
Schneider.
Weird science. Schneider. I just wanted to say it too. Okay, here we go. This might be a fun one. Better song intro. Both movies feature an opening theme song.
Dude, that's a tough one.
I like the
What?
song better in Killer Klowns.
Yeah.
But Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is so fucking catchy.
Yeah, I
It
agree,
just
Tito.
sits in your head for a really long time, and anytime the movie gets brought up, you instantly are like
Right.
Attack of the
Killer
Killer Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
It's so, I gotta give it to that.
Yeah.
Better,
So-
not a better song, but it's just infectious.
Yeah.
I would agree with you, except when I heard the theme, because I had seen the cartoon as a kid first before the movie, I just wanted to watch the cartoon. I gotta go Killer Clowns. I love the song by the Dickies. I love the words. I love the circus music, guitar riffs.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
I'm extremely torn because I remember the cartoon and I had the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes theme swimming in my head for decades. Like literally, hadn't seen it in forever. Still, every now and then it would I'd kind of find myself humming.
Every once in a while, yeah.
And yeah, obviously when it started, like we were all singing it. It got us excited, and I was
I
looking
know.
forward to the movie. But I will say, Killer Clowns, it's a perfect song for the '80s. It fit the movie, especially considering that they didn't see the movie before they wrote it. They fit in a lot of like.
What do you
cool-
need to know?
Yeah, right. No, I know, but I mean, like,
It's all in the title, Derek.
no, but I mean, but they succeeded. They worked good because they put in all kinds of references to the circus and it fit the movie.
Yeah.
But it's just I don't remember the words. I don't remember even the tune. But Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, I always will. And,
Yeah.
and plus, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes also had like a few other original musical numbers,
It
so
did.
they get extra points for that.
Yep,
On top of that, so
Puberty love.
right, exactly.
Brian?
So we're going to. You're
Yeah.
going to
I'm going tomatoes.
Yeah, I'm going with what you guys said. I did like the Killer Clowns from Outer Space song by you said the Dickies.
The Dickies, yep.
But I will always remember the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes theme. Even, like I said, I hadn't even seen this movie all the way through. I had seen clips of it. I knew the theme song way before seeing the movie. So, yeah, I'm giving it to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
All right.
Way catchier.
And we should also add too that like the music in Killer Clowns by John Massari. That theme, like the march,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool music.
Yeah.
Like very cool.
Yeah, that's another reason I think I
yeah.
probably would give this more points as well. The score throughout the movie is great. Good call. Okay, better use of horror comedy.
Dude, this is tough for me.
Serious.
Combining the two. If I'm just going comedy, Tomatoes wins. But if I'm going both, I got to go Killer Klowns. So I'm taking Killer Klowns in this one.
I have to go Killer Klowns as well. The horror comes with the little girl in the burger place who sees the clown
Oh, yeah. It's
beckoning beckoning her to come out. The movie is ludicrous, but that scene alone is very chilling.
Yeah.
And the rest of it is funny. I feel like Killer Tomatoes would have gotten this vote had the comedy been the way it was the first 20 minutes of the movie, like you said, Brian. But unfortunately, it falls flat super quick.
It did.
And it doesn't hold up throughout the whole movie, and I think that's what what makes the difference for me.
I was really on board for that first third, man. I was like, oh my God, I'm in for a wild ride.
Right.
And then
Where
it petered out.
Killer Klowns, whether it was horror too or just simply comedy, it kept going.
It was consistent.
Through the whole
I'll give you.
thing.
It was consistent.
So that's mine. Derek.
I mean, neither was particularly scary or gruesome to me, but I definitely laughed a lot more with Tomatoes. But like we've said, up to a certain point, and then it kind of just got boring.
Yeah.
And just kind of almost lost complete interest in the movie.
I agree.
So I got to give it to Clowns because it's funny. Fucking cotton candy cocoons and. The friggin' the outside of the store, like when they're in the shopping in the little like the dollar store, like hilarious. Like there's some really funny stuff, and at the same time they're doing awful things. So I think they got more of the horror comedy mix right. So Clowns.
for sure.
Agreed.
All right.
Yep. I'm gonna
pick two.
say the same thing. I laughed so hard. You and I both laughed so hard.
It was hilarious.
The first third of the movie, I'm like, this is like written by the Airplane guys, Zucker and Abrams.
And it was so exciting because it's like I didn't expect
it either.
So
I was like, oh my God,
shit,
I had been missing this movie for all these years, and is this fucking funny? And then, like you said, when they introduced the Lois Lane character, it's almost like that's when the movie shifted. It's like it's not as funny anymore. And I was disappointed, and like you.
That's not to say women ruin everything.
No. It was just a tonal shift. They introduced this character, and I think they forgot what direction they were going with at the beginning. And Killer Klowns was more consistently funny all the way through, not like raucous belly laughs. Like I was crying. My eyes were like tearing up.
When they were trying to get into the room.
Oh my God! And the desk was tiny, and they were crawling over each other.
That's like a brilliant tribute to the Marx Brothers, right
the
there.
gag with the USS Arizona that the Japanese scientist knocked into the water, into the fish tank. I'm like, oh my God, this is brilliant. And then I was like, no, it just didn't maintain. Killer Klowns did.
It's almost like people took over.
It was,
and made
I agree.
Unfunny.
I would be very interested to see what order they shot it in.
Yeah.
What scenes were shot when.
Oh, you think
you know what I mean?
Stuff?
Yeah.
Because
do you know when I was watching it at the very beginning, when that helicopter crashes, I'm looking at that, I'm like, that was real.
Right.
That was they
and it really did. It was.
It was an accident.
It actually happened.
That helicopter was not supposed to crash. And I'm watching it, I'm like,
right. And they were fine.
I'm like the tail of that thing got way. I'm like, I don't think that was supposed to happen. And I didn't say anything, but I'm watching the movie. And then afterwards I looked at IMDb, and sure enough.
Right.
They blew half of their budget on that fucking helicopter that they rented and accidentally destroyed. Nobody was hurt, luckily.
Right. And that's the thing is, like, they decided, like, on the spot, oh, you guys are okay.
Yeah.
Walk away from the wreck.
Yeah, we're going to film this. Yeah.
Oh, I do like that.
Yeah.
That's great filmmaking.
Exactly.
And that's what I mean. It's like, where did the comedy come from?
Right.
Versus, like, what they're, when you're filming a scene, it's like maybe they thought that the comedy was throughout because they kept filming some of the funny scenes.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're thinking, oh, okay, we've got a good pace.
Yeah.
That not really. Because,
maybe it was just pieced, cut wrong, all the funny stuff toward the beginning.
It's a low budget film, it's a low budget film, and they got kind of lucky with some of the shit that they wrote.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly.
That hit,
yeah.
Because
unfortunately, it seemed to be weighted too much towards the beginning of the movie as far as the funny and the horror, and not so much at the end.
Off kilter.
Yeah.
All right. So you have a choice to remake one. Which one would you remake?
So I'm actually going to go Killer Tomatoes because of the comedy aspect of it. I think with the right people, it could be even funnier. And it would be really interesting to see. Crack that bad boy.
Yeah,
it would be interesting to see what the tomatoes could look like. Maybe not CGI'd, but maybe some better practical effects.
Right.
Give them some mouths.
I almost think that the Killer Klowns would lose the sense of comedy, and I think they would probably push it to be more horrific, which you see with a lot of the remakes they do nowadays. Where,
Right,
you
they
know,
want to make
like
it as gory as possible.
Evil Dead is really funny and scary. The newer Evil Dead movies, which I liked, are just really fucking scary. You know? So I would rather see the comedy. So I'm going Killer Clown.
Cool.
Killer Tomatoes. Excuse me.
I'm with you. I'm going Killer Tomatoes. This is a movie I would like to remake. When watching it, I would like to do more with the tomatoes, actually. I'd like to see more kills. I'd
Maybe
like to see gore, some teeth, some
articulate
eyes.
that sucker like it is in the
Maybe
poster.
eyes.
Maybe better noises. The noises.
Yeah.
out
They're so cute. I love it. They're so cute. They're so annoying.
Yep.
It's good.
I would go tomatoes. Derek.
I would go clowns.
Okay.
Ooh.
I'm such a mark, not you, Mark. I'm like a mark. Like it's a wrestling phrase.
You can be me. It's okay.
So in wrestling, they call the fans that like will just eat up anything you give, like you put on the screen. No matter how
you're an
bad it
easy
is.
target.
I agree that most remakes are scarier, and I think I would enjoy a Killer Klowns from Outer Space if it was scary.
Well, based
not
on
so much
what
comedy.
you're saying, as far as like it's not bloody or gory enough for you, then
Right.
That sounds,
Which is
that
funny because I
tracks.
never started out. I did not start out as a horror fan, but this guy
Well,
over
you're
here.
fucked up.
Oh.
You're welcome.
This dude.
No, I just think that like because I think they could pull it off with some awesome like character or physical actors, people that specialize in performing like
Art the Clown and
who's the one that's in everything, the one we all
Giancarlo Esposito.
No.
Nicolas Cage.
Pennywise?
No. Special makeup guy.
Britt Baker?
No.
Doug
Jones?
Doug Jones.
Doug Jones.
Oh.
Like actors like him who specialize in like getting covered in some makeup, making them some creature, and then them
More physically.
physically,
Yeah.
I think it would be amazing. I think to make because they are clowns can be fucking terrifying. I'm not really like I'm not the type that won't go to a circus or like look at a regular clown, but like I enjoy a scary clown. My wife is terrified.
Yep.
But like it and things like that, I love when clowns are scary. So
I do too.
I want it to be scary, and I would love to see them like just go wild with some of the makeup and shit. I used to watch Face Off.
Oh yeah,
Remember that on Sci-Fi?
Channel?
Yeah. Oh, that was a great show.
Right.
Yeah, with the makeup.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that they did a thing where they did scary clowns.
Scary Clowns. Yeah.
And it's like that's what can be done. So it's like do that. Don't make it like I do like the look. They are kind of they're very cool looking and they're very artistic. It's
I think it was very much a product of its time.
right to work and actually have the actors who are in the suits or whatever kind of emote and
come through that makeup.
You need actual makeup on like on an actual actor instead of just a mask. And I think that with today's stuff that they do, I think it would be I strive to find movies now that scare me. And it's his fault.
You're welcome.
I'm desensitized, so not a lot scares me anymore. And so I get so excited when I see a trailer that looks fucking terrifying. And I'm so disappointed 98% of the time. So I think that if they did a remake of this and they did it like that, I would fucking finally find a movie that I could actually not watch at night. And,
Those creepy ones are out there.
Something to strive for.
it's what I strive for.
Gotta find them.
Gotta have goals.
I don't want to have a good night's sleep.
Well, I know I'm not gonna have a good night's sleep.
Man, it doesn't matter what horror movie I watch, it puts me to sleep right away.
Really?
I feel so
Old?
calm. No, calm. Well, old, but calm.
It's his happy place.
Yeah.
it's
No,
just
it's true.
No, I
Right.
love it.
I'm the same way with Hammer movies. Like, I'll
Yeah.
put on a
Right.
Hammer movie, and I'm like, if it's late at night, I'm
Right.
out within like 20 minutes.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
But I've seen them all too. So I mean, it's like comfort food,
Right.
For the eyes
And the ears.
and the ears.
Because, I mean, you're sleeping.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, is that what happens?
I guess so. Just wanted to throw in my 2 cents. Okay. That's what happens when you sleep. I forgot now.
Mark's
I say,
mansplaining.
let him sleep.
I'm mansplaining. Geek-splaining. I'm Mark-splaining.
There you go. I like that. Geeks Club.
Who are you? Brian.
Yeah, who am I?
Who are you?
I am in the tomatoes camp. I think if we were going to remake one, I would do the tomatoes because I want to see something other than a foam ball rolling at somebody. I want to see,
Right.
like Tito said, a mouth. I want to see something else. I want to see some articulation when it's eating. I want to see more gore. But I do like what you said too, Derek, about the clowns. I agree that
they're scary.
No, I don't. Well, I don't like clowns to begin with. I just never did. I don't know what it is about clowns.
You didn't listen
clown
to
killed
find
Johnny...
them funny. I
Clown
find
killed
them,
my mother.
You didn't listen to Greg Brady?
Exactly. Clowns killed my grandfather.
It was horrible and a riot.
It was.
But you never listened to Greg Brady?
He really-
Clowns never laughed.
They were telling jokes and they knocked him dead.
Hey!
He's
One
like,
per show, please.
One person.
one of those laughing on the inside clowns.
Save it. So tomatoes.
Yeah.
Except Derek. Would
Yeah,
go with
I threw
clowns.
that one out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Man
right.
out.
Here we go.
Our first
Tomatoes,
non-sweep,
tomatoes,
right?
tomatoes, clowns.
Next one. This one came to us. This was a good one. This was a Tito one. Better use of food. In
Oh,
movies.
yeah.
You would think tomatoes, right? I'm going clowns in this one.
Yeah, with
The popcorn that turns into crazy monsters, the cotton candy
but
spools.
that disappointed me because that kind of went nowhere. The popcorn that was on the bathroom floor.
No,
when
they
she
turned into the
They did, but-
marionette puppets in the laundry basket. And
Did I fall
sprang up.
asleep?
I think you fell asleep.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
you must have.
You might
You
have.
must
Maybe
have.
I
Yeah,
did because
it
I
did.
remember them being on the
They
floor. and
still
like,
I
they went
agree.
nowhere.
I thought the same thing. I'm like, those fucking popcorn guns. The
Yeah.
popcorn guns are pointless.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
just shooting it and it's just sticking to their clothes.
Yeah.
But then afterwards, I wasn't a fan of the whole symbiote thing, but like they become little. Yeah, they're in the hamper.
Yeah.
She throws the dirty clothes in and she's taking a shower and all of a
Totally
sudden
missed that.
you
I
know,
just remember them being on the floor and
they were
crawling
like
around. I'm
little
like,
mini
They went nowhere.
clowns that were like
to me, they went nowhere. I'm like, oh, that was stupid. What's with the popcorn?
You missed the best part of
Now
that.
you gotta watch it again.
Eddie, I want to be a clown.
And the ice cream that melts the guy. I thought
Yep.
that was very
Oh,
cool.
that's
The
that was
cherry
cool.
on top.
I forgot about
So
that.
I'm gonna give it
Yeah,
to the
same.
I'm going Killer Klowns on this one.
Yeah, I'm going clowns. Same reason. They don't really do a lot with the tomatoes at all.
No.
sadly.
Kinda roll.
Yeah.
Killer Klowns has everything: the popcorn, the cotton candy, and it's you can't beat it.
I originally gave this to tomatoes because they use food as the invader.
Yeah.
But yeah, the cotton candy cocoons were the scariest for me.
Yeah.
Genius.
Because and especially because at first I thought, oh well, like if any of them get cut open, it's going to be a person inside, and they'll
Right.
be fine. But when they stuck the straw in and they're sucking out blood, I think it's because I immediately I probably wouldn't have felt this way if I had seen it when I was younger, but later on in life, seeing other movies take cocoon type things like this, where they suck the stuff out of them, or you see these cocoons like basically decaying the person
Oh
inside.
yeah, when
Right.
they kill their face
Yeah.
off.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like that kind of imagery popped in my mind when I saw the straw and then sucking the blood out.
Right.
I'm like, oh, they're all gooey and it's like probably disintegrating their bodies while they're inside it. I'm like, that's cool. Like it's fucking awful and gory and gross and creepy, and I love it. And I want more of it, and I didn't get enough. So, but I will give it to them because
Because
aside
they tried.
and I almost forgot all about the ice cream that that
same.
melts
Yeah.
the
Melts
face.
the guy, yeah.
That was cool.
They get out of the clown car.
Yeah.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
the pies, right? It was a pie.
Oh, maybe it is
Was
a
a
pie.
was
Yeah.
a pie.
You throw the cherry
But there
on
was
top
ice
of it,
cream,
right?
though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the ice
Right, he
cream
threw a
shop.
pie at his
Yeah.
at his face
Yeah,
at
like a
first,
cream
and then
pie.
Yep.
and then they kept throwing them, and
Oh,
it was
that's what
like
it is. Yeah.
Pie ice
I always
cream. Close enough.
associated with the Sunday because of the cherry on top.
Yep.
right.
But you're
It does
right.
that.
Pies.
Right.
Yeah, same. I'm going
Yeah.
with Killer Klowns. Totally forgot about the pie with the cherry on top, or the ice cream with the cherry. Totally spaced, I guess, on the popcorn thing because I thought that it went nowhere. But like Derek said, just based on the cocoon
Right.
and just desiccating those corpses inside
cool.
was gross. And yeah, that was a good idea. Like I said before, the tomatoes just kind of rolled at people and made funny sounds. And kind of had to use your imagination to figure out what was going on.
Right.
They were dying, but
They were dying.
couldn't figure out how.
There's a hell of a lot of acting going on.
Oh, yeah. Some of the best.
Okay. Better homage to 50s movies. Which one of them is a better homage to those 50 invasion films
I mean,
that we grew up loving, or maybe you have seen? If you had not seen a lot of them, this might be tougher, but Brian, you and I, we've watched Spenguli. We've watched a lot of these attacks.
Right.
Sure.
You know, we've watched Mars attacks.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of these.
We've seen Day of the
invasion
Triffids.
movies.
We've
Yeah.
seen them. We've seen the Killer Mantis.
Yep.
Name your irradiated
bug
insect.
giants
Yeah,
by
exactly.
And both of these movies were trying to pay homage to those
that,
two.
yeah.
Which one do you think pulls it off better?
I mean, I guess not having seen a lot of those films, the closest I can come to besides this would be like Matinee or Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
Invaders from Mars.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would probably Attack of the Killer Tomatoes just visually seems like an homage more so than Killer Klowns, because everything in the 80s is so fucking 80s. It's always its own thing. Even if it's pulling from another source, it just always has that 80s feel to it. The hair,
It's got that 80s
the music,
stink about it.
the color, the clothes. Yeah, just where Attack of the Killer Tomatoes definitely could have been a movie from the 50s to me, just with something else.
It smells like
Instead of
Aquanet and Chess
tomatoes.
King.
That's funny. So I gotta go tomatoes on this one.
Yeah, surprisingly, I'm going to go tomatoes as well. I think, again, I wish it was a better execution, but they got the feel of a 50s attack or invasion movie right. It included the president, the government.
Yep.
This is when, with all those giant monster bug movies from the 80s, the Pentagon or the government was always involved.
Yeah.
Sorry, killer. Swatting.
Swatting at tomatoes.
Just get away from me. Okay, what was I saying? So Killer Klowns was more of a neighborhood invasion. The outside world doesn't really get involved. It's just, it takes place in a small town, and it is incredibly 80s. You're absolutely right there, Tito. So with the title, the artwork actually for the cover, and the plot, Attack of the Killer Tomatoes gets it because it tries to pay homage better, and while it doesn't succeed, the attempt is better. If that makes sense. Does
They
that make
tried.
sense? Okay.
They tried.
And they failed. No. Derek.
I'm going to surprise you guys. I think Clowns definitely captured the feel of the small town alien invasion movie way better. The old man discovering it.
A la like
the town
Invaders
officials.
from Mars.
Yeah,
or
the town
It Came from outer
kids.
space.
Right. Like
Yeah.
I kind of, and maybe it's because I haven't seen enough of those 50s ones, and I'm I'm guessing from what you've described that there's a lot more government involvement in the
Isn't
invasion.
there always?
Right, certain states. But I don't know. I dug the vibe more from the Clowns and that whole idea with especially the old man and stumbling across it. If there was a real alien invasion, it would start in one town.
That's true.
Or
Yep.
one place. And obviously, maybe you could say, what if they land in several different areas and cover the globe? But
Like War of the Worlds.
it's gonna affect one town at a time, no matter what. It's not gonna be a mass a quick shit. Washington's under control unless they're smart. Maybe they are. But yeah, I just kind of it felt more like an alien invasion than Tomatoes did, which kind of felt just like Tomatoes got sick of being eaten and started killing. But then again, we watched a film about a finger having an abusive sexual relationship with a human woman, so
That is
whatever
true.
works, I guess.
That's true. We did. I forgot about that for a while.
Right. Wasn't that
Thanks
bad.
for reminding me.
I thought it was all right.
It was all right.
It was all right.
Just all right.
Just all right.
That much.
Just the tip.
There's something
Of the finger.
Tip of the finger. Just the fingertip. Yeah, I'm going with the Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for, sorry, Derek, but
That's all right. I clearly
when
haven't
I
seen
think
enough of
alien
those.
invasion, I think the army's getting involved. I think that it's a global event, and that's what it kind of felt to me. So yeah, I'm giving it to Attack of the Killer Tomatoes for all of those reasons.
Which invasion would you rather face?
I like to think this is pretty straightforward, right? Like tomatoes, obviously, right? But then I think, how much fun would it be to try to pop their noses? But also terrifying because they could kill me with hand puppets or shadow puppets. So I have wavered back and forth on this. I think I might change my answer.
Oh shit, I'm doing the same thing.
Oh no!
Yeah, the more
Wow.
we've been talking about
And
it.
I think I'm going to go Killer Klowns. I think I'd rather go up against the Killer Klowns. I think I'd rather pop their noses.
Yeah.
Although, shit, who wants to be the one that has... I'd have to know I could pop their noses, though.
Right?
Well, assuming you can. Let's put it
Assuming I
that
know?
way. Yeah.
Then let's fucking
All
go.
right.
Let's go. I'm stabbing noses or
Okay.
whatever. Shoot them in the nose.
Say life imitates art and this really happens.
Yeah, I'm going.
Okay. I'm changing mine too. Now, I originally thought tomatoes for the same reasons. Like, I'd rather face these tomatoes. They step on them. Step on those.
Yeah,
step on
exactly.
those shits before they get to the children. But then I realized I don't like children. No, that's not it.
And neither do clowns.
Let them have them.
I'm siding with the clowns.
I'm rooting for the clowns.
I hope they kill all your
they
kids.
zap you or kids hole or whatever. But I think I would rather face clowns because the clowns you can at least see coming. Tomatoes, first of all, there's thousands upon thousands of them, and they look like ordinary tomatoes. They can hide out better. You see a killer clown, odds are you're going to recognize it. You got time to
Run,
process
maybe?
it, run, shoot it in the nose,
Shoot on the nose.
punch it in the nose. So I'm changing mine. Same as you, Tito. At first, it seems like the obvious choice, but yeah, those tomatoes can show up anywhere. They're smaller. They can hide anywhere. I don't think I want to deal with that.
Yeah.
Plus, I like to eat tomatoes. I don't want to eat the wrong kind of tomato. I don't want a tomato to eat me.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Derek.
I'm going with tomatoes. I would rather face them. I feel like there's more ways to kill the tomatoes. Once they're squished, they're dead.
Yeah.
We didn't see any squished tomatoes come back to life and like
Reconstitute.
and, become evil ketchup. I don't know.
That doesn't mean they can't.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like the clowns would be scarier. You don't really have to aim with a tomato. You just
Step on it.
Step or
Well, unless it's like a little one far away.
right. I mean, and granted, there was like a couple big ones. And,
Tennis racket.
I feel like I'd be better at defending myself against tomatoes than clowns.
They kind of did Attack of the Killer Tomatoes much better with critters, which were essentially just hairy tomatoes.
Yeah.
Like, and then they get bigger as they eat.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. I never realized it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going with tomatoes as well.
Yeah.
For the same reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they would be easier to take down. Never like clowns. I don't want to go up against a clown. I think I'd have a much better chance against a tomato.
Right.
Like I always said, if the zombie invasion happened, I would be like one of the first ones. Just eat me because I'm useless. I am totally useless.
Oh, I'm a conformist. I'm ready to go.
Yeah. I don't own an axe.
Yeah.
I can't fire a gun. I'm done. Just eat me.
I don't want to be eaten. I'd rather rise from the dead though and already be zombified and just go and eat all the living people. Because eventually I'll get to one that wronged me in life and I'll be able to kick his or her ass. Huh?
But do zombies know? Like, do they have?
I don't know. Probably
do
not.
they have
no,
memories
Probably
and
not.
such?
I'd like to think so. I can always dream. In my dreams, they can, Derek. In my dreams, they can. All right, so that was
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
2 and 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
tied
all
on
right.
that one.
Are we keeping score?
Yep.
Yes.
Tito's
Okay.
keeping score.
Tito's.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Good.
All right, and the last one. Which movie has better kills?
Well, I gotta go. I don't remember how anybody died in the fucking Attack of the Killer Tomatoes
Same.
movie. I really don't.
I think they just got eaten or pretended to be eaten.
Right.
Yeah, but Killer Klowns tries, and they do, I think, a very good job of, the shadow puppets, the popcorn that turn into little monsters.
There's definitely variety.
Yeah, when the guy kills the other guy, the clown kills the cop and turns him into a fucking
Into a
puppet.
ventriloquist
Oh,
dummy.
okay. So that part is also
dummy.
scary.
That is scary.
yeah,
That's a
very
creepy
scary.
part. Yeah. Sorry.
So no, that's absolutely a terrifying part. But yeah, they're having way more fun and being a lot more creative. I think the creativity kind of ends with the idea that these tomatoes are killers.
Right.
Right?
Right.
There's not a ton of creativity.
It's like
after
how?
that.
Well, don't ask too many questions.
Yeah. They just
How are they gonna
appear.
kill? Just they do.
They
do.
roll. They appear. Yeah, they're just kind of there. So yeah, and I don't remember how anybody died in that movie. I don't know if anybody died in the movie.
They got gnawed on a lot. Somebody died.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I might have given this
My
an
childhood.
unfair advantage to clowns. I didn't realize it at the time. Seemed like a good idea,
I mean,
but
they're
never
both horror movies.
Yeah,
so,
but for all we know, one of
more or
you
less.
guys liked, how funny the deaths were. So, in Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, sadly, not sadly, I like this movie. I'm gonna go clowns for the same reason. The kills are too awesome, and they're why you watch the movie. Let's be honest, you don't really watch the movie. You watch the movie, maybe you like the makeup. I love the theme song. I love the '80s vibe, but it's those kills that make it. Derek.
Agreed. I gotta hand it hands down to them. Way more creative. I agree with Tito. I don't honestly remember any of the actual deaths from the other movie. Definitely clowns.
The only things I remember are the things that you guys laughed at.
Yeah.
Like
That's
the guys
true.
in the room,
Yeah.
all the stuff that like you guys were cracking up about. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, I also thought was really funny, but it just stood out more to me than
'Cause there was
like,
an audience
anything
reaction.
else
Whoa.
that was
Yeah.
happening in the film. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
the idea I think is a fun sound idea. I'd like to see it get remade, but like, yeah, I don't know. Somebody probably died. It wasn't me.
Check out the sequel. The sequel's got a little higher
Return.
budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And George Clooney.
And a young
Oh,
George Clooney.
Yeah.
Fresh off a Horror High, or was it before Horror High?
No, it was before. I think it was.
Was it
I think
before
it was
Horror
his
High
first.
and Facts of Life?
I believe it was his first on-screen
Oh,
role.
all right.
I think.
Mr.
Yeah.
I believe.
Look at
Right.
him now.
Mr.
Nice.
George Clooney.
Mm-hmm.
Brian,
Yeah, I'm going with, what are we talking about?
which movie has better kills?
Better Kills.
Better
They're
Kills.
right. I'm going with the clowns as well for the same reason. They were more varied. They were more inventive. And the tomatoes one was just, you saw people holding tomatoes up to their necks, and that was pretty much it.
Yeah, that's funny.
Right. Right.
All right, so clowns all around. That was a kind of an unfair category, but the kills had to be talked about.
Oh,
in
yeah.
clowns.
No,
So,
absolutely.
there you go.
Can
No.
I add one more impromptu category?
Oh,
that
go
we
for
should-
Sure,
it.
do it.
Absolutely.
If it's not too much trouble.
No trouble.
How about-
Not trouble at all.
Best first on-screen appearance by an actor. So you had Christopher Titus, and you had Bobby Briggs,
The comedian,
from
Christopher
Twin
Titus?
Peaks. Yes, yeah.
He was in what?
He was in Clowns, so he plays the kid that's carrying all the stuff and walks in front of the cop car.
I had no idea.
That's Bobby Briggs?
No, that's
Chris Titus.
Oh, Chris Titus. Oh.
So, but in Tomatoes, they get Twin Peaks' own Bobby Briggs, Mr. Dana Ashbrook.
I didn't even
his
see
debut as boy on boat.
Oh, wow.
He was the boy on the boat.
See, I didn't even notice
I
either
didn't
of
even
them,
notice
so.
either of them.
All right, well then never mind that category.
I didn't
And you had to-
notice.
who do you like better, Chris or the other guy?
I mean, I like Twin Peaks better than I liked.
Chris
Christopher
Titus.
Same,
yeah.
same.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'll throw one for tomatoes. We
Yeah,
threw one
sure.
for clowns. Let's throw one for tomatoes. Yeah, freaking Bobby Briggs, Dana Ashbrook, all the way.
All right. So
Okay.
that's it.
There we go.
So what's the final
So,
tally?
who
Tim?
wins?
So that last category actually made it a little bit closer.
Ooh.
Clowns wins by 2, and they were
Wow.
the 2 that Derek deviated from, where we all went tomatoes and he went
Interesting.
clowns.
I gave Clowns the edge.
You gave clowns the edge by 2 because
Oh my gosh.
in most categories we were all pretty much the same.
Yeah.
And there were a couple of categories where Derek
Went clowns
went
and you
clowns
guys went
instead
tomatoes.
of tomatoes.
See, because I honestly thought you guys would go clowns on most.
Well, when I texted
I
you
thought
guys,
you would.
I'm like, I'm going to be clowns all the way. I
yeah.
don't see how this works. But when we were doing the categories, I was like, all right, I got to look at this,
Objectively.
objectively
Right.
and,
Sure.
and think rationally, like the creature feature homage. And, there's, to me, tomatoes is more of a creature feature and stuff like that. So I gave tomatoes a lot more
which
credit than
tells
I
you these
thought.
versus episodes are good. They make
Yeah.
us think and
Yeah,
we think outside the box.
We
and
not only educate the listeners, we educate
ourselves. That's right.
Yeah,
Each other.
that's right.
Each other.
And I changed. We both changed.
We did change.
Yeah.
We've all changed.
Because that might have been a tie. Because those 2 points right there that could have gone
Yeah.
to tomatoes that didn't.
Well, we're the Killer Klowns bribed us before the match.
True.
We're on the take, Tito.
Their
and
money.
I.
Their money's good.
Clowns have better money than
Listen,
tomatoes.
Their
Let's
checks.
be honest.
Their checks cash real nice.
Their checks don't bounce. Tomatoes do.
Uh-huh.
All right then. So the winner and champion, Killer Klowns
Killer
from Outer
Klowns.
Space, but that does not mean dismiss Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Right.
No.
It is fun.
You gotta
and
check it
you've
out.
got to at
Yeah.
least see the first 20, 25
Oh my
minutes
God,
of the movie.
the first third of the movie. Derek
very
and I were
curious
pissing
for the rest.
ourselves laughing.
Mhm.
I
Again,
would be curious to see the other ones.
Absolutely. Check out Return of the Killer Tomatoes. Check out the cartoon. It's cult
Definitely check it
phenomenon.
out. I don't know if it's.
Yeah.
Can you get it on YouTube or anything?
God knows.
I wonder.
God knows.
Maybe
If
Tubi?
I had it on
That show was a lot of
DVD,
fun.
Tubi might have something.
That was a lot of fun, and there were faces on those those tomatoes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
were there?
And they had
Oh, yeah.
voices, and
and-
different characters.
Right.
And that was another thing about Killer Klowns. Each clown had a really cool design.
unique design.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
you can
well,
you
that's-
can definitely tell them all apart. That's
Yep.
for sure.
All right. So
Nice.
that's
sure
our
on
versus episode. What's making our geek flags fly? Tito.
So I got a list. There's like 50 something movies on it. Anytime somebody recommends a movie, or I read a story or an article about a movie, or I see a clip, I put it down on this list. And periodically, when I don't have anything to watch, I go through the list and I start watching trailers of all these movies because I forget all the movies that are on here. And I saw 2 recently that I absolutely loved. And I think, Derek, one of them was recommended by you. Short Term 12?
Yes.
Yeah, with
Oh, wait, no.
Brie Larson?
No, because I haven't seen that yet. I want to see it.
Oh, then
even though it has her.
Okay.
She's growing on me. She's growing on me. She's not like
okay, you
the
mentioned
devil
a
now.
couple of movies that she was in. So I watched, maybe I saw this on a list or something then. It's a fantastic movie. Brie Larson, Lakeith Stanfield is in it.
Is Rami Malek
Rami
in that one?
Malek is in it. Stephanie Beatrice, Rose,
I love her.
Rose is in
Yay,
it.
my girl.
And essentially, I related a lot to this movie, Mark. I think you probably would too. It's with kids. It's essentially they run like a group home for young kids who are in trouble, and they're basically direct support staff. It's really funny, heartbreaking, and interesting. She is phenomenal in this movie. Everybody is.
I'm gonna put this on my list. Actually,
It's only an hour and a half, and they just they don't waste any of that hour and a half. They don't. It's very, very
Right
good.
in your wheelhouse.
So good.
all right. So give me that title again.
Short Term 12.
Thank you very much.
And I watched it on Prime. This other movie, I had to do some searching on the internet. It's called Another Earth. And essentially, science fiction is the backdrop. One day, another Earth appears in the sky.
What's her name? Wrote and directed it. I've seen this movie.
You have?
Yes, it came out about I want to say 7 years ago.
Yeah, it's old. I just had it on here. What did I do with it?
She did another.
Well, it's Mike Cahill.
She did the series The OA on HBO, which had to do with angels. And what the hell is her name? She's blonde. She's cute. And she writes and directs her own stuff.
Oh, Britt Marling?
Britt Marling.
That's the main actress in the movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Good
movie.
I didn't know her. It's really, really good. This Earth appears in the sky. It's another Earth, and they don't know what it is. And that's the backdrop of the film. But the real story is that she gets drunk one night, kills a family. The husband survives, goes to prison, gets out, and wants to try to make amends, but doesn't have the stones to basically tell him what happened.
Oh, weird.
So she becomes his maid.
I know, it's weird.
And they develop this relationship. Meanwhile, right, there's all these things on the news about the other Earth.
And it's getting closer
And
and
it's getting
closer.
closer and closer. And you can, write an essay and get a trip to the other Earth to see what it's like. And she writes an essay and she gets picked and she can't decide whether she wants to stay because she's actually fallen in love with this guy whose family she killed and can't tell him, or go to the other Earth and see what might be out there. It has a really cool twist at the end. It's a science fiction movie, and the science fiction is just like so far off in the distance.
It's a very character-driven movie.
Very character-driven.
It's
Yeah.
got Tom Cruise's cousin in it.
Oh, really?
William Mapother. Isn't that guy? I'm pretty sure that's
Tom
Cruise's
Tom
cousin.
Cruise's
is that his cousin?
Yeah, I think he's Tom Cruise's
He's
cousin.
in a bunch of stuff.
Huh.
I recognize him from many things, but I never.
Yeah, he was on Lost. He used to be on
Lost,
Lost.
NCIS.
Oh
wow.
yeah.
Okay.
He's very good. They're both really amazing. Again, another funny kind of heartbreaking film. It was short, like an hour and a half. It's right up my alley. So, and no time was wasted in this film. I thought it was very, very interesting and fun. So
Nice.
those are my two.
Cool. I'll check those out. Well, first I saw the new Salem's Lot trailer for Max.
Looks
and
good.
It looks very good.
Oh, I didn't know that was a
Looks
thing.
very good. Looks very creepy. I'm a big fan of the original made-for-television movie. I've
think
read
we
the
all
book
are.
twice.
When's that come out?
Yeah.
Soon.
Soon. It's going to be on
They only say
HBO.
soon.
And
Yeah.
friend of the show, Marilyn Bush, who I've talked about, she is an actress. She lives here or grew up here in Cumberland.
And she was in it?
with me. She's in it.
Oh, cool.
She was in that. She was in that movie.
Was it Black Friday?
No,
No, that was
no,
Hocus
no, no.
Pocus?
She was in the movie
sorry,
Coda.
Oh,
Children
oh.
of Deaf Adults.
Yes.
Coda. She was in that.
cool.
Very small part. I don't know what part she's got in this one, but she wrote on Facebook. She says, "I hope my part made the cutting room floor." Don't mean to interrupt, Mark.
No,
But I know
that's
that
fine.
this
I'm
movie
listening. Yeah,
was not meant to. I think they originally shelved this movie because it's Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And
Warner
they kind of like
Brothers
said,
doesn't-
fuck this. It's a tax write-off.
Oh, they're gonna write this one off.
And then
they're releasing
they're
it?
gonna they're releasing it on HBO Max.
But I think they're starting to do a Stephen King kind of connected universe.
There is stuff going around of a Christine remake.
Right.
I
There's,
heard that too.
Blumhouse
But
is
I,
Just saw
but,
that
I think,
yesterday.
but I think more
Yeah.
like actually like the movies that they're gonna make are gonna be connected like like you know how his
it's all
books
Castle
are?
Rock?
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like so because I heard a rumor that the Mike Flanagan one that he did, it's not Mr. Mercedes. I forget the one that he's doing one with, or they just filmed it with Tom Hiddleston. It's a short story that's in one of the I think Finders Keepers is the collection of short stories.
Oh, okay, all right.
But I had heard I saw something briefly online about Salem's Lot and how it connects to that movie.
Oh, cool.
So I'm wondering if they're gonna start like kind of having characters pop up in multiple Stephen King adaptations.
Dark universe.
Right.
That would be awesome.
That would be.
That would be awesome. If
October
done right,
3rd
that would
is
be
when it
awesome.
comes out. It looks
October?
like October 3rd.
Oh, perfect.
Nice. 2 weeks.
Yeah, the trailer, it looks very atmospheric.
It does.
Nods to the original. I like the vampire look, and it looks like they're kind of keeping it old school with the design, which is good. And you got floating people tapping at the windows.
I like
and
that.
It looks promising. So this actually, Salem's Lot got remade like mid-2000s with Rob Lowe and Donald Sutherland for a TNT.
I remember
original
that.
series.
Yeah.
And it was closer to the book, but it was just not good.
No?
And they've been trying to pull this off for a while now. So
What else was he? He was in The Stand.
Rob
Yeah,
Lowe was
Rob
in
Lowe
the
was in The
stand.
Stand,
Yep.
too, right?
Yeah.
With Molly Ringwald.
Yep. Oh, everybody was in that
I know, I
movie.
remember
Yeah,
that
Gary
one.
Sinise.
Gary
and
Sinise.
The dude from Coach, whose
It was
name I can
two
never remember.
VHS
Oh,
cassettes.
Fagerbakke.
Yeah,
the guy that played
O-O-N,
Patrick
that's
on
the blonde
SpongeBob.
guy.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
he the
Bill Fagerbakke?
Bill
Bill Fagerbakke.
Fagerbakke?
Yeah, Patrick from
Also-
SpongeBob.
And
Oh, yeah.
he was also on Broadway on Gargoyles.
Yep. And Parker Lewis is in it too.
Corin Nemec?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, yeah. He plays
Yep,
the,
he's
yeah,
in
he's
it.
the
Yeah.
bad.
Yeah,
he's
a
the-
lot of people are in this one.
Yeah, I remember that. That was the early 90s, right?
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Very
Yeah.
early 90s. So that caught my eye, and then I've started searching for some horror films that I had not seen yet, and I came across two, and I will go through them very quickly. The first one is In a Violent Nature, 2024.
Oh, I've heard about this one.
I have heard mixed things about this movie.
Is that a Cronenberg movie?
No, it is
No,
not.
okay.
No. So while on a camping trip, a group of teens remove a locket from a collapsed fire tower and awaken the corpse of a vengeful slasher spirit. What's cool about this is how they filmed the movie. Lots of long takes following the killer around with long tracking shots going from victim
Why did I
to
just
victim.
read the same thing? I read the same synopsis somewhere about this movie not
Yeah.
long ago, like
It's-
within the last week or so.
It's like if you follow the killer,
yeah.
if you were like
And a lot
two
of
or
people
three
are saying
steps,
it's boring because
It-
you're just
I
following
don't-
the killer through the woods.
I have to disagree. I
Yeah.
think because first of all, the atmosphere is incredible, the scenery is great, and the kills are well worth the wait. These kills are phenomenal. Even my jaw dropped, which is
Yeah.
very rare.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe one of the kills.
You
I was
who've
like,
seen everything.
How did they do this one? But it's like, it's almost like if Alfred Hitchcock combined Rope and Friday the 13th.
Really?
There's limited editing. There's
Yeah.
cuts, but you are
so
you
it's
are
just really long takes,
you
like
are
I said.
you are
Okay,
behind
okay.
the killer.
Yeah.
Pretty much throughout the whole thing, as he rises from the ground and makes his way through the woods into the farm, and he goes from victim to victim. I thought it was very well done, and I highly recommend this if you're a slasher fan, or if you're an average horror fan, or if you're a gore fan. I don't think this movie disappoints.
Is
at
it on
all.
Shudder?
It is streaming on Shudder.
Cool.
Yes, highly recommend it.
I
Check
will
it out.
check it out.
Tell me what you guys think. I think you might. even,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll
you-
definitely check it out.
That's very
yeah, you
clever.
mentioned looking for new stuff. I
Right.
think this might be up your alley.
So you're following the killer all the way up.
right
Into the
now,
end.
it's not like a POV shot.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
you're
like your third
yeah,
person.
Like you're standing
yeah,
behind Jason Voorhees as he makes his
Yeah.
way through
Oh, that's-
Crystal.
that's
Like
cool.
you're his sidekick.
Yeah,
That's cool.
pretty much. And it's a lot of long takes and a lot of walking, and a lot of people didn't like that. But I've heard from some people it's very innovative and
Oh, I
it's
see.
cool.
Because I imagine there's points where he's not saying anything.
No,
Yeah.
he says
ever.
nothing.
He says nothing ever.
No,
right?
this
So
is
just-
this is a
Jason
Michael
Voorhees, yeah.
Myers, Jason Voorhees killer. Says nothing,
that's
doesn't
fine.
have to. It's
Does he get like
intentions are
coffee
clear.
and stuff or take shits? Because that's the movie I want to see him wipe his ass every once in a while.
I gotta think
I
because
gotta
he,
take a shit.
he does do some mundane stuff, but no, that's not one of them.
Does he write a poem or
A
anything?
killer takes the shit.
Yeah, and when he takes a shit, it's a hand.
Yeah, right. Just like a fucking pile of maggots.
You know what? I imagine there will be like a Zack Snyder director's cut.
All right.
You
Don't
see him
steal that
go
idea,
shopping.
America.
Oh, it's going to be in black and white.
We're keeping that one. That's our idea.
That's for
now.
the sequel. A Violent Nature 2. Less
Yeah.
violent, more
Dude, I've had a
more
few violent
mundane.
natures myself.
Yeah.
A violating.
Who hasn't
nature.
had a violent nature in their day? All right?
When you eat your vanies,
Yeah.
anything's
That
possible.
was that time
Ooh.
here. I had a pretty violent nature.
Yeah, I remember that. Guys,
We all
We
do.
I
gotta
gotta
stop
poop.
this show. We gotta stop this show.
Let's pause for station
Yeah.
identification. while-
Everybody's fine. We just gotta stop the show right now. No one's in trouble.
I got some business.
This fucking stool is in trouble.
Brian's toilet.
Unintended.
Brian's toilet, and I have a date. And my last thing, very quick, another movie from 2023, Dark Harvest. Set in the 50s, this Halloween movie follows residents of a small town that 3 days before every Halloween starve all the high school boys and then release them Halloween night to face off against a supernatural creature that rises from the local cornfield. The boys, insane and starving, must set upon the monster and eat the candy stuffed within its body, killing anyone and anything that get in their way. Now, the one boy left standing is given a sports car and allowance to leave the town.
That's a real. That's real.
That is a real movie. It
what's it called?
sounds silly. Dark Harvest.
Dark
I like
Harvest.
I got to tell you, the twist, first of
Yeah.
all, great twist. Nothing is what it seems, as in this movie. It's a great movie to watch on Halloween. It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Also very gory, which helps move the kind of silly plot along.
Okay.
It's got great music in it, very Stranger Things-esque music. It's got heart to it, too. And it's set in the 50s, and I think this is really cool.
I like that.
It's like the Happy Days time period.
Get the T-bird.
I mean, he does.
Give me my T-bird. I'm bailing out of this
outta here.
town.
But where do they go?
Paid my dues.
Yeah.
The creature effect is awesome, and this was recommended to me for some friends of mine. They're like, "You're gonna like it. It's a lot of fun," and they're right. I did. Thank you, Jesse and Jason Johnson. Good
Cool.
recommendation.
And that is streaming on.
That is streaming on Prime. Good
Prime.
for Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Check these movies out, guys.
It looks cool.
Will do.
Nice. Some of these photos are cool. So that's them in there.
I've heard of both of those movies,
Yeah.
and
I've heard of the first one,
but
but
I
not the second one.
didn't know any of the premises.
Well, I took a chance on In a Violent Nature because I thought it was going to blow because I heard a lot of bad things about it.
cool.
But I was pleasantly surprised.
Checking those both out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Check you out.
Derek.
All right. Well, strap in. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to do this as fast as possible, but
Start the clock.
All right.
it
timing
is
you.
today.
Okay.
Well, yesterday marked 1 month
Whoops.
from the start of New York Comic Con.
That's right.
2024. So the countdown is on, and I'm in full blown excited mode.
I'm looking forward to it.
So they just dropped the panels today, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of cool stuff.
Drop it on us, Derek.
So.
Drop some knowledge.
And these are just these. I'm not gonna go into too many details of them because some of them are crazy. But there's gonna be panels on Fall of House of Usher. That's the cast that I'm meeting. I have autographs with the Electric State, which I believe is a Netflix film.
Okay.
With Millie Bobby Brown, Chris Pratt, and it's directed by the Russo brothers. So the four, so the four of them are gonna be there.
Yeah.
Sony's gonna have a general panel with some of their upcoming stuff. Paramount
Craven.
Plus has a bunch of stuff. Star Trek Section 31.
That's
Have you
what it
heard this?
was.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, Michelle Yeoh.
Which is
in that.
apparently like the first TV movie they've ever made.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I saw.
Right.
Yeah.
Lower Decks, Dexter Original Sin, School Spirits, and SpongeBob SquarePants as a 25th anniversary celebration. So with all the cast,
25 years
including
of
Bill
SpongeBob.
Bill Faberger.
Fagerbakke?
Will the Kurgan be there?
He will be. Clancy Brown is going to be there for a lot of stuff. And,
I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I have to meet the Kurgan.
because he's also in, and this is the panel that I think that we should go to.
Oh,
the Penguin.
Yes, that's right. He's in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
He's in that. So Max has the Penguin, Creature Commandos.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanna see that.
Which I heard James Gunn is actually going to be there. Sean Gunn's in listed, but I think James Gunn's going to be there. And
I
they're
thought
gonna
he was listed on the email that
originally, yeah, but then the website doesn't have him.
we got. No? Oh, damn.
Yeah, the website doesn't show him.
But
also,
I think it's going to
Sean.
be more like because they're treating it like, oh, it's a big thing.
Mm.
Because he's also going to be talking about like the DC stuff
Mm-hmm.
in general. So it's not going to be just Creature Commandos, but that'll be a good one. Dune Prophecy, which is a spin-off TV series. The franchise, which it sounds pretty cool. House of the Dragon, They're also doing Anne Rice's Mayfair Witches, although so far without Alexander Daddario, which means I will not be partaking.
Nuts to that.
Rick and Morty is having one with the guy that does the new guy that does the voices. He's actually really, really good. Adult Swim will be having a new and returning series panel. What We Do in the Shadows, which we've talked about a bunch.
Yeah, I want to see that one.
They're doing a Hannibal retrospective with Mads Mikkelsen and Hugh Dancy.
Okay.
Is that his name?
Oh, from the series.
Right.
Yeah.
Phineas and Ferb from Disney Plus.
Oh.
The Simpsons, Futurama, both having a huge panel. Katie Sagal is not going to be there. Apparently, she canceled.
Oh.
Disney
Nuts
also
to
is
that.
doing a new Goosebumps series
Oh, cool.
that's more in line with the actual books. Apple Plus is going to have Shrinking season 2 there with Jason Segel.
Nice.
Prime is going to have. There's a new show coming out with about Alex Cross. He's I think James Patterson write those books. I think.
I don't remember, but Morgan Freeman played him.
Right, Morgan, and then Tyler Perry did one.
Is this the Long Came a Spider? Yeah, we talked about that last week.
And the actor is Aldous Hodge, who played Hawkman and and Black Adam.
Yeah.
cool.
Wicked good actor. I like him a lot.
me too.
They're doing a Has Been Hotel one.
that's
I don't
the
know. Have you ever
animated
checked
series.
that out?
It's
My
very
daughter
popular.
has.
I've never seen it though.
It's pretty funny. I like it.
Because she liked the Owl House, and it's by the same animators.
Same animators.
Yeah.
And then there's another something Boss, the Hell Boss or Bad Boss or something
Yeah, I
like
don't
that.
know about that.
But the guy that played Beetlejuice on Broadway,
Okay.
Alex Brightman, he's going to be there. He's one of the
nice.
voices.
Any relation to Sarah?
No.
No.
Too bad.
That's
Be a lot
possible.
cooler if he
That's-
was.
Yeah.
Bloomfest is going to have another. Bloomhouse
saw
is going to
that
have a
too.
Bloomfest again
Bloomhouse, yeah.
with the drop of the trailer. It's the first showing of the trailer for Wolfman.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. I saw like this.
Did you see the still of the old
Really?
guy in the overalls?
Yeah.
It looked horrible. I
Yeah.
hope he's not the Wolfman.
No, that's purposely there.
I hope
to-
so.
Yeah.
'Cause-
That's Superman putting his boot on.
Right.
That's one of those.
We I'll tell you, we went to go see Beetlejuice last night, and that's in my geek flag. But coming out, they had the poster for it. My brother was like, "Oh, new Wolfman." I'm like, "Have you seen the picture online?" And I showed him. He's like, "Ugh." And I'm like, "Hopefully, this isn't representative of what the rest of the movie is like." But so far, it's like a homeless guy in overalls.
Shutter's going to have another, thing like they had because they did one last year, which was like, what's new to Shutter. Eli Roth, Ty West, and my boy Mike Flanagan are having a horror panel.
Yeah.
The three of them
All together?
A retrospective
Yeah.
of
Oh,
horror.
we gotta
Yep.
go.
Oh wow!
So that's
Jesus.
definitely one
Yeah.
we should. The cast of Starship Troopers, Ghosts, the show.
Oh,
show
the
Ghosts.
CBS series?
Yeah, the American version of
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
The cast is going to be there. They're doing a Satanic Panic horror thriller. It's a horror thriller that's coming out with Julie Bowen, Anna Camp, and Bruce Campbell.
Nice.
They're having a panel. Audible narrators and
our sponsor.
Yeah.
right. Our sponsor Audible is hosting a panel with a bunch of narrators of sci-fi and fantasy books that they have, as well as
They're doing Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Well, and they're
By a
doing.
proper British.
Are they really?
No.
No, he's talking about like the same book I've been reading for the last 3 years. I've got to update our intro.
I've been reading the Howling books off Audible or listening to them.
Thought that was that.
We gotta change that.
It's because you just hit that 30-second
I
advance
do.
button 3 times and I'm done. There you go. Into the show, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
They,
Bye, Brian.
They're doing an audio book of Winona Earp,
Yeah.
the show.
Winona
Yeah,
Earp.
yeah.
Winona Earp, Tales from Purgatory. The video game Baldur's Gate is going to have one.
Cool.
They're doing a panel called Bats in Translation. It's going to have It's a spotlight on Batman Ninja versus Yakuza Justice League, which must be
you
a
have
sequel to
both
to
of
Bat-
those.
I have Batman Ninja.
Well, you don't have the. What's all
I
that?
don't think it's out yet. I think
Oh.
it's a new thing coming.
Oh, okay.
Not like a versus episode like we had tonight.
No,
mean,
I know
it's
what
like
you
a
mean.
Second
but
movie,
right,
Batman
I
Ninja
thought you had
versus.
one of those on there.
And then there's also coming out Batman Azteca, and then of course the comic book, like the actual comic book stuff. DC's got a Gotham City panel with Alex Segura, Hayden Sherman, and Rob Levin, among others. Absolute and All In Universes, which is the new things that they're doing. Joshua Williamson, Scott Snyder, Tom King.
Oh yeah, everybody's
Ram
getting an
V.
absolute book, right?
Right, and they've. I mean, I'll admit that I don't really like the design for the Batman one, but with the people that are in charge of it, and Scott Snyder is really spearheading.
Yeah.
I'm all on board. I gotta check it out. Jim Lee and Friends is a panel that I think they do that every year. Marvel's got a multiverse role playing game live, Marvel Fanfare with Marvel editor in chief CB Sobalski. a spotlight on Ryan Menderling, who is the Marvel Studios head of visual development. So I think they might show some stuff from upcoming stuff. Women of Marvel, Spider-Man, and Spider-Man and His Venomous Friends, which is highlighting the upcoming. It's called The 8 Deaths of Spider-Man. Doctor Doom essentially gives Spider-Man 8 lives. Yeah,
that looks cool.
And then
cool.
Venom.
I didn't know about that.
Venom War is going on right now. Their finale is coming up, and there's going to be talk about the upcoming spinoff, which is the all-new Venom. And then for independent stuff, Charlemagne the God. Presents Illuminati, spelled with two capital L, Illuminati.
I get it.
So they're all sick.
Oh, he's having a panel.
It's a hip hop and comics collide, and
they usually do something like that every year.
Yeah, they're with AWA. Well, and Kid Cudi's coming back for another Moon Man one.
Oh, for the cool.
Which the artwork from that is incredible.
Looks cool.
But Todd McFarlane has a couple panels. He's talking movies, comics, and toys.
Oh, so then he's signing shit.
Yep, he is.
And there's an indie horror comics roundtable with like I think Scott Snyder, James Tynion, a bunch of other like ones that do independent kind of horror comics, and a build your own franchise fandom in webcomics workshop. Plus stuff from Distillery, which I don't know if have you ever heard Distillery?
I have not.
So it's DSTLRY. It is an independent company that was created by a bunch of different like huge names in the business. And they focus on producing their own stuff in both print and digital. And they're going to have a really cool table set up. I've heard they've got a couple panels. There was a girl, and I wanted to say her name because I wanted to show people that I was fair and that I talk about females too. And I can't remember her name.
Too hard.
It is right.
Now you're forcing the.
But she's really cool. They're all really cool.
said.
They know you're trying.
So a lot of panels. It's going to be tough whittling down which ones.
Taper your expectations, my friend.
I know.
Can't do it all.
Going to be there all 4 days, and it seems like we are going to have a lot to try to cram into.
There is one day.
I
think it's Saturday. Saturday has the most back-to-back ones that I was really interested in.
I think that's usually the day. Exactly.
That's the best day. Saturday's always the best day.
So
I'm gonna look for the Kurgan.
I mean, and we only went once last time, right? We did the Bloom Fest, me and Brian, which was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But I definitely I want to see more panels this year. I want to.
I am packing shorts and comfortable clothing.
Yeah.
We are Ubering everywhere.
That's
right.
And Derek, we're gonna pack suitcases this time.
You know what I was thinking about too, because I was like,
not a terrible idea.
I bought myself a really nice it's a duffel bag but converts to a backpack, and I'm like,
I have a friend who has one.
Right, one of those.
It looks really handy.
And I'm thinking like, okay, that way I can kind of have something big. It won't be too bad. But we're going right to the hotel on Wednesday, so I'm gonna make sure that I have it, because I was thinking like, I got a ton of books that I want signed. It's turning into a huge stack. I've spent way too much money. It's a problem. I really. You guys need to stop me.
We
I
could.
wish I could.
I have a very
Give me your wife's phone number.
I have a very addictive personality.
I'll be like, Siobhan, this is Tito.
When I'm not buying movies on Vudu,
I promise this isn't weird.
I'm now buying.
He's planning a New York trip.
No,
Take
man.
Derek's money away.
Because I keep stumbling across these I didn't know that there were websites out there you could order comics from, like single issues.
Yeah.
And they come and they're new. They're like in good quality, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
So I see all these variant covers and shit that I really like the artwork, and so I'm like, oh, I want it. And so now I have a big stack of ones that I want to bring.
Yeah.
Plus, I also have money that I've spent on things I should have waited. That is like a smaller stack, but it's all stuff like the first the 3 issues that Stephanie Brown was Robin. I bought that off eBay, and I bought like the first appearance of Batgirl and all these different like cool, but they're not like the artists and stuff. And the creators are not going to be there.
Off camera,
what I pay.
How much you spent on the first appearance of
Yeah, we're
Batgirl?
not gonna.
Because I know it wasn't cheap. And I'm just curious. I'm curious.
And don't forget, you got to put some time away too for Chris and Tristan Hammer. We're going to be meeting us down there.
I know.
We're going to be spending some time with them.
Yep.
So it's going to be
from now until then. I cannot spend any more outside money. It is.
And we're checking out that comic book store for Planet.
This month is going to be all me, like just trying to pocket each paycheck that I get and save it, and then go from there.
Yeah, but you got kids.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
That's what we have a joint account.
My next paycheck for Comic-Con.
That's why we got married, so they could pay for
No,
it.
I should clarify. Part of my check goes into a joint account, and then there's a small amount.
Derek's stipend.
That
Good
is my,
save. Good save, man.
Yeah.
Is my account.
Yeah.
And that's what my PayPal is with
but-
that.
There's the joint account, and then there's the daddy has a problem account.
Well, and you know what?
We all have that. We all have that.
I didn't realize that you can't really use PayPal credit for like transactions at like a book fair or a fucking craft
to pay
fair.
another person?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
Like
interesting.
because I did. The other great news is that I did solidify. I've got another commission coming from Valeria. In this one, it's going to be Stephanie Brown. I'm super excited.
Oh,
about
yep. You've been talking about this.
But I wanted to pay it with my PayPal credit because I'm like, I could just pay that off later. But I couldn't. I had to pay it with. I used PayPal, but it had to come out of one of the cards.
Yeah.
So it came out of my account, and so I'm like, oh.
Did you explain that to
could you do
to Siobhan?
Derek's like,
No,
oh,
it
looks like I'm not
doesn't
even
matter.
sorry.
They didn't have the
Came from
the pay
mine.
in four. You don't have the
wouldn't-
pay in four option. It doesn't allow you to do that.
I saw on some things, but when you order things online, yes.
Yeah,
But
but if you're a service
with it's
to
a person, yeah. So I don't I was planning on using PayPal credit with like all the exhibitors because there's a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of good exhibitors.
Yeah, you
so.
need to relax, bro.
Do what I
Yeah.
do. Just charm them. They'll give you
Relax.
shit for free.
You only have so many hands. You only have so many bags.
I know.
That's
You
it.
can't.
Yeah.
You're not gonna get it all.
Well, we can't fit on those
You gotta-
chariot rides, man.
You need a list.
right.
These are my top things that I have to have.
Right.
Everything else is
I
like,
know.
I am going to
If I
have an
can,
extra
maybe.
$200 that won't be going to one of those freaking taxi carriages. So I spend.
Hey, you guys want the ride?
That's right. I'm the man of my house, and I spend what I want as long as Sarah says it's okay.
Right.
Fancy boy,
And
get
she
a room.
did.
Yeah.
See, I would have totally leaned into it. I would have been like, yeah. People were looking and making comments. I would have been like, yeah, we just got engaged. Yeah, he said yes.
that one guy. How come you're not holding hands?
You're supposed to be holding hands.
What a great city.
We keeping it real.
This is a great city.
So alive, that city.
All right.
Brian, what about you?
Your
sorry.
flag was on fire.
sorry.
Yeah, it was.
No, don't
Yeah, I don't know if I have
apologize. That's
time
what
for
we
mine.
have.
No.
You got plenty of time, brother.
Yeah, we've run out of time for
just
Matt
got-
Damon.
Two quick things. Beetlejuice I saw last night. Funny thing is, my daughter wanted to watch Beetlejuice for the first time all the way through on Monday night. Yeah. We no longer finished the movie at, say, around like 7:30 at night. My dad texts me to say, hey, I want to see Beetlejuice on Tuesday. I'm like, cool, we just finished the first one. Is it all right if Quinn comes with us? So
Nice.
she came too. We had a ball. It was a lot of fun.
It's a fun movie.
Really
to see
fun.
it.
I actually enjoyed it. I think I enjoyed it a lot more than I liked the first one. And my other thing is The Old Man season 2 just dropped on Hulu. It's Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow. Season 1 was last year. I really liked it. They were. It takes place. They're obviously older. But back in the day, they were CIA agents working for each other, and now something's gone down where Jeff Bridges' daughter has been kidnapped, taken to Kandahar, and he has to go and rescue her. But it turns out that there's more to the story. His daughter is not exactly who he's been telling her she is. And there's a reason why she was kidnapped. So
The dude does not abide.
the dude does not abide. It's a really, really good series.
Beverage, man.
I mean, Jeff
What's that
Bridges.
on?
Hulu.
Hulu. Oh, you
Hulu.
said that. I'm sorry.
It's on Hulu. Jeff Bridges and John Lithgow, they act the shit out of this freaking series.
Nice.
The one who plays Jeff Bridges' daughter is, did you guys see Arrested Development?
Yes.
Oh, Alia
The one who played
Shawkat?
Maybe?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's Maybe.
Shawkat.
And,
Alia Shawkat.
Maybe.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
it's maybe.
exactly. It's good. It's good. I highly recommend it. Check it out.
Nice.
Cool. That it?
That's it. Like
All
I
right,
said, two quick things.
That's what's
Oh, Amy Brennerman's
making
on
our
that?
Yes,
flag.
Amy Brenneman was in
Amy
the first
Brenneman.
season. Yeah.
I haven't seen her in forever.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
first time in forever.
I know. Yeah.
Go ahead. ahead. You can sing the rest. Don't be ashamed.
That's okay.
Don't be ashamed at all. There is nothing shameful on this show, Derek. Certainly not the hundreds of past episodes that we have where we have shamed ourselves much worse. And if you listeners who have tuned in for the first time, recommended by somebody who hates you, or are a longtime listener and like, hey, these guys are pretty obtainable and fun.
Obtainable.
And I've heard worse. Where can I go to hear past episodes of these four sexy devils? Brian, where can they go?
They can go to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.3gdpodcast.com. And as Mark just said, you'll be able to find all of our past episodes there, along with one-click buttons where you can easily subscribe to us. If you are not already a subscriber, please hit one of those buttons to the podcast platform of your choice, and that way you will never miss an upcoming episode. Also, most importantly, if you can rate and review the show, you can do so at the website. That would be greatly, greatly appreciated. You could also do it wherever you rate and review podcasts. But as I said, it would be greatly appreciated because it not only helps to push our show a little further forward from the rest of the podcasting pack, but it makes it easier for others to find us while they're searching for great geeky content like our own. Also, we have a Ko-fi page, which can also be found linked to our website. The Ko-fi page is where, if you like us, and we really hope you like us, you might want to help keep the show going. A small donation, of any size, I should say, any size donation would be greatly, greatly appreciated because, as we always say, podcasting is not cheap. So please and thank you for that. And let me see, our social media presences are also linked to the website. We can be found at Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, now X, and our audio can be found weekly on YouTube as well. I think that's pretty much it. So thank you out there, everybody, for listening. And back to you, Mark.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you, gentlemen. And thank you, everybody out there, for listening and tuning in, as always. I'm stuck. I'm Max Hedrum.
Hey, the record's stuck. Hey, the record's stuck. Hey, the record's stuck.
Beef or pork. 4 3 geeky dads. I am Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm still laughing.
I'm Tito.
Saying good night and keep watching the skies because my eyes hurt from staring at the sun too long, so you do it for a while. Not my best one, but I put all my humor into the intro, so give me a break. Ready to assist you.
That was a good gag in
Beetlejuice.
Where he did the song at the end. He's like staring at the sun and his eyes got all like...
Oh, when he's lip singing to the
MacArthur
Park thing,
which became a bigger song than Deo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome.
It was a good movie.
Yep.
It was a very
Me
good
and Siobhan
movie.
to see it. She
doesn't
want to go to the movies often, and she was like, "Hey,
yeah,
you should.
It's a fun movie.
You should.
Yeah.
It was still packed. It was been about for 3 weeks now,
Mm-hmm.
and it was still packed for Tuesday night.
Movies are back, baby."
Wow.
Almost.
You know,
Certain
Get
movies.
back!
until they're not.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys. I upgraded the rooms. The room.
Oh
shit.
Yeah.
We got a jacuzzi now?
Well, no. So and that's the thing. I put in for an upgrade. Expedia sent me this email saying like, these upgrades are available.
And so what, you
put
bid
in,
on them or something?
And you request it. No, it's like, so it was like $6 extra a night. I wanted to try. I think
$6. I had no idea it'd be so much. I won't pay.
so. I think what it is it puts us on. It makes sure that we get a room on the city side, so we have a better view.
Oh, all right.
Or we're higher up, or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
Very romantic.
like this, because honestly, I mean, I love the
City.
hotel.
Yeah, check it out.
But that
You have a love
the
affair
view
with
that we
New
had
York
last
City.
year was
Yeah.
like of a neighborhood.
Yeah, but that was fine too.
Yeah.
I liked that.
It was a
Yeah.
cool neighborhood.
Yeah.
But
Derek
I
wants to see a
think
Ninja
this
Turtle.
is no, I
That's
don't.
what it is. He wants to see a Ninja Turtle.
I want to see John Wick.
I want to see a Ninja Turtle.
We're going to be in Hell's Kitchen. He wants to see Daredevil swing
right.
by.
There you
That's
go.
right.
He won't see you, but that's okay.
That's right.
Waka waka.
You ready?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Are you ready?
Look at that font. So bold.
Well, I gotta read it.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Did you on a typewriter?
Yeah, on a computer, the Walgreens computer.
He's progressing
go.
through
Yeah,
through
right.
technology.
Yeah.
I had fun. Look, yeah, I got everything underlined.
Not on labels this time.
Is that real Braille?
I want like the
How
Ten
blind are
Commandments
you?
one. The
That's
one
the
etched
second
in
blind
stone.
joke, and I got another one in here. You want me to like?
Yeah, I want to see the one etched in stone.
Might take me a while, man.
Tito, before we start, do you want to use that mic? You mentioned, I forgot to do this last week.
No,
do you
this
want to
is
use
okay.
that one? You
No,
sure?
it's okay. Yeah,
I know
yeah,
you said you liked using that one
Well,
instead.
it's I can hear me.
On that mic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can always hear me, so I worry if people can hear me.
We can hear
'Cause I
you.
get
We
low.
can hear.
Oh, yeah.
We can hear
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
But I think that's more me.
Yeah. We can
Sometimes
use
I
that mic. Do
Sometimes I trail off.
you want to try that mic?
No, this is fine.
You
This will
sure?
Be all right. Yeah. We'll be good.
I keep forgetting
Trying to
put it on there.
remind myself to project more and stop trailing off.
Okay.
It
Which I have a
happens.
tendency of doing when I wax poetic. I start to trail off.
It's like a Jeff Goldblum, and there you have it.
Tito Goldblum.
Of course you are.
Tiny little vesicles in your hand.
Imperfections of the skin.
That is the essence.
Imperfection?
Of chaos.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it up.
Let's do it.
See worlds collide and storylines suffer. Shriek in terror at the catastrophic. Oh, God, I could say it in front of me. Convolutedness. Let's try that again. The Killer Klowns happens at. Whoa.
Speaking of
Killer
invasion.
Cats.
Panda.
Killer
Yeah.
Panda.
Oh, he's
Brian's
looking at my
looking-
helmet.
He wants that mask.
Yeah.
He's a
Be
monster
careful.
fan.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Begins.
Yeah, for those of listening at home, we just adopted 2 new cats today, and oh my God, it's drinking my whiskey.
Oh my
whiskey.
God. That
Whiskey
pussy.
cat,
Yeah,
whiskey
that's
cat. What
Panda.
are
Come here,
they
Panda.
feeding you?
All right, I gotta get up.
Oh,
All right, hold
sorry.
on.
Look at it. Look at me.
I
Jesus.
know.
Hey, that's my chicken.
Not for much longer.
I thought I was gonna jump on those glasses,
Oh man, yeah.
like for sure.
What's going on?
You can't keep me from that cup. I want to drink that. I want to drink it.
Next
It was
time,
my
Gadget.
whiskey. Mad Cat.
Yeah, we just adopted 2 new cats today, and they're exploring the house still. We've only had them in the house for like 4 hours.
And they're already
so-
trying to get drunk.
They're always trying to get drunk, just like Dad.
Chip off the old block.
Mm-hmm.
Crack that bad boy.